Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to start project 29 on the Roscoe 8. We're going to get the tires on the rims, get the rotors on, swap the cassette over, get everything put on the Roscoe, and we'll check it out. So let's get started. Okay, so I got the rims here like we went over in the last video. So we'll just start with getting the tires on the rims. So these rims are tubeless ready. They have the tape already in there. Tubeless valves, tires are tubeless ready as well. So I'm hoping all this goes fairly smoothly. This isn't going to be a tutorial on how to, install tubeless tires, any of that sort of stuff. I've done that in other videos, so I'm just going to kind of glance over that and we'll get this stuff put together. So I got the tires already out here. I just thought I'd get them get them out of their packaging to relax them a little bit. I'm not sure if these have a direction they need to go in or if they're bi-directional. Oh, there we go. So there is a spot on the tire. I don't know if you guys can see this. Focus on that tire there. It does say direction this way. So that'll mean I'll want to put the brake rotor mount on that side of that, like that. So let's go ahead and get this tire on the rim. Hopefully it goes fairly easy. Actually, before I started this video, I was putting the rocket rods back on the stock rims. And man, that took way longer than necessary to get those tires to seat again on the rims. I don't know what the deal was there. All right, let's get one side in at a time here and deal with this here. All right. That's so funny. I always find that getting the tire on the rim is so difficult for me sometimes. All right, so I got the tire all on the rim there and that was tight. So I'm hoping that means this kind of should inflate pretty easily here. So I'm just gonna pump the tire up first with no sealant in it. Just get the bead set on it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the sealant in here. Gonna be using orange seal. This is my favorite sealant. So we're gonna be using that here. So let's go put that in. So orange say to put 4 ounces of sealant in 29ers. So we'll go ahead and do that. I think this bottle is 8 ounces. So pretty much half the bottle per wheel. Going to put on the rotor. Now on the front wheel, this is actually the stock rear rotor I had on the Rain, but I'm going to use it on the front of this project here. Okay, so we got the front tire all done, rotor on there, sealant in, tire on. I just wanted to do a little measurement here. This is not going to be scientific at all, but I thought it'd be cool to see, to bring that across. I don't know if you guys can see. This is not very scientific at all, but you can see the outside diameter is close to 29 on this. If I'm kind of going from the center of the tread out, we're looking at about 29. So just comparing it to this here, it's coming in just slightly less. If I zoom in again, you see that there. It's coming in about 28. Not very scientific, but I thought it'd be cool to just kind of do a diameter comparison between a 29 and a 27.5 plus. People say the 27.5 plus are kind of the same as 29-inch diameter, but so you can put them side by side. You can see that there from the angle here, that the 29er is just slightly bigger. You can kind of see how the rotor is up a little bit higher and the tire itself is just a little bit bigger diameter than a 27.5 plus. Another cool thing I thought I'd do is weigh the two setups, the two tires, just so we can kind of see what the difference is between the stock tire and the 29er. Can you zoom in on that? So the stock Rocket Ron and 27.5 inch, that's the stock Sun Ringle rim. Granted, that is a Shimano XT rotor on there, but let's just give that a comparison. Again, we're looking at 2186. We'll compare that to the 29er. Doesn't sit as nicely on there, but that is not touching anything other than the scale, and it's coming in at 2001 gram. So it's a little bit lighter than the stock 27.5 plus setup. So anyways, I thought that'd be interesting. Again, nothing super scientific here, but it is slightly lighter than the stock tire and wheel setup. So let's go ahead and do the rear one. If you guys have any tips in the comments below on how to get your wheel or your tire on the rim, like there must be, I always struggle to get this on, like just even the first bead or the first of the tire on the channel. It shouldn't be, there we go. All right, well, maybe, I thought I had it. And this tire is being so difficult to get on this bead. Just keep moving around on me. Holy crap, guys, I don't know what to do. I cannot get this tire any further than this. I don't know what it's doing, but man, it's so... All right, just finally brute force got this stupid tire on. Man, that was the hardest tire I've ever had to put on a rim. Whew. All right, so I got the rotor on there, and I'm just gonna weigh this without the cassette, because then we can weigh the rear wheel off the Roscoe without the cassette. So just throw it down here again. I can't actually get this to balance on the rotor just because of the way the end caps are, but we're gonna assume it's probably about the same as the front, probably 100 grams lighter or so. So let's go ahead, we'll put the cassette on here now. This is the one reason why maybe having two cassettes might be a nice idea. It's kind of a tedious pain in the butt putting this back together. I took it all apart and actually cleaned it all, so that's kind of why this is being a pain in the butt. All right, so we got the cassette on there now. Just gonna go ahead and put everything back on the bike now, and with this rear quick release like this, I like to actually put it down on the ground, I find, just to make sure you have a good seat, that this is right down in those dropouts like it should be. Because if not, you might get some brake rub or just won't be sitting nicely in there. There we go. Click back on. So I still have a little bit of brake rub, but we'll fix that here in a second. So like I mentioned, there is a little bit of brake rub or rotor rub. So I'm just gonna loosen up the caliper a little bit, squeeze the brake lever, and maybe I can recenter this hopefully. So you just have to loosen this just a little bit, just enough that the caliper can move freely. I'll just squeeze that lever and tighten these back down. There we go. That's such a quiet hub. It's crazy quiet. It's gonna be so much different than the Hope 4. So there it is, boys and girls. Trek Roscoe 829er, all finished, ready to rip. It's gonna be great seeing what these are like on the trail, even just riding around. I'm not sure what pressure I'm gonna be running in it. I'm thinking maybe high 20s. I'm not sure for 29s. But yeah, can't wait to get it out, check it out, do some comparisons with the 27.5 plus. Yeah, it's been a great little project. Bike looks slick with the with the 29s on there. No clearance issues whatsoever. Hub is nice and quiet sounding, almost a little too quiet. But yeah, I can't wait to try this out. So guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next installment of the Project 29er when we take this out on the trail and compare it to the 27.5 Plus. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always, keep your feet on the pedals.
Oh, shut your face, Tubby Hauser.